Alright fellas, this is going to be a trade recap of August 27th of my trade here on ES. This right here was an absolutely beautiful trade. We went from ERL to IRL, and we'll be going into a mini lesson in asset synchronization. So pretty much we can start on the higher time frame and see what I'm looking for. Pretty much we had this nice daily fair value gap here in ES that we tapped into, and we had a lot of the daily external range of liquidity resting, as well as this liquidity up here resting. And so pretty much there's the Nasdaq here as well. So pretty much here is Nasdaq as well. We go down to the lower time frame, the 4-hour chart, to actually look for our structure. And as you can see, we swept out these Asian session highs here on Nasdaq. Yes, already did that. And what my thought process here was, this 4-hour candle, we formed SMT. Right, you can clearly see we take out this 2 p.m. low of yesterday on Nasdaq, but on ES we don't. So you can clearly see that SMT. We tap into this 4-hour fair value gap here. There's also a change in the day delivery that we also tap into. So pretty much after seeing this, and after all these failure swings, and as well as the candle opening up like this, the daily candle, my thesis was bullish, right? And so if you go down to the lower time frame, so we can go down to the 15-minute, and pretty much my entry was just aligned with the 4-hour fair value gap. Let me just clean it here on Nasdaq. But we had 2-step SMT externally with that 2 p.m. low, and then internally, right, with this 15-minute candles right here. 9:45 takes out these lows. Well, you know, on ES we don't take out those lows, so this is a 2-step SMT. And yeah, so we tap into this 4-hour fair value gap, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I just aligned myself with a change in this day of delivery. On the 15-minute chart, my entry was on the 15-minute chart, kept my stop here. Target could have been here. I just got out because of the chop. And yeah, this is pretty much the trade. So we could talk about relative strength between assets. As you can clearly see, we're going to be using SMT as an indication of which asset is stronger and which asset is weaker. As you can clearly see, if we scroll out, you can see that ES is in, you know, just by the eye, you can see it is stronger in the range because it's deeper into the range towards premium of the range. And if we go down on the lower time frame, we can use SMT as a indicator on which asset is actually stronger. So on this bullish SMT, right, Nasdaq was the weaker one because it was the one that took out this, you know, 2 p.m. low and this 4-hour low. ES is all the way up here, still in the premium of the range, right? It's still above the 50%, while Nasdaq went into the 50% and, you know, made that SMT being the weaker asset. So automatically Nasdaq holding up here is going to be the stronger asset, and I'm expecting Nasdaq, or I'm expecting ES to push to these highs first before Nasdaq, and as you can clearly see, that's what actually happens, right? By the time we're already up here, right, Nasdaq is only down here, right? And so this makes trading and synchronizing the assets and understanding which asset is actually stronger or weaker and which asset is going to hit the draw on liquidities 10 times easier. So that's pretty much, you know, what I look for, and that was pretty much the trade. We had an accumulation on the daily chart, a manipulation, and a distribution.